sometimes you just gotta let things happen. It's kind of what's been going on here the last few weeks. Super busy, multiple things going on. My husband's had a replacement ankle surgery just in the last couple days. Lots of graduations, Mother's Day. My mama, who's been on the channel a lot, she was in the hospital for 6 days, and that was a very stressful time. She needs all the prayer she can get continuously. We need to keep her well and safe and out of the hospital. But my tomatoes have suffered in the last 2 to 3 weeks. If they're even planted, some are not even in the ground. I have just a few left, but I thought today let's go around, let's see where I planted them, and let's tie up, because none of them are tied up. And we've had so much rain the last week, nonstop flooding, rain, and I'm afraid we may have some damage. We need to do some major recon on these tomatoes. And yes, I just let him do what he wants now. I'm not even going to try to stop him. He will have this whole yard looking like some kind of rat maze with tunnels going everywhere. And it's not his fault. He's actually thinks he's doing a good job. He thinks he's helping, right? Tondo, you're looking at me. Yeah, I'm talking about you. All right, so we still have a lot of the leftover tomatoes. These are the ones that were like teeny tiny when I was potting everyone else up. And you can see they've grown. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I will still try to find some spots. I may have to make another donation run to the food pantry, but they're going to get potted up. If I keep them in containers or if I give them away to anyone, as you can see, they are desperately seeking soil. You know, that could be a t-shirt, desperately seeking soil. All right, so up here on the deck, I've got three some kind of, I think it's Nadia eggplants. One of my cabbages had to come out because it bolted. These two have not, but they're so slow. I'm thinking about just taking them out, using the leaves for something. Look at all this mosquito larvae. Yeah, I have got to empty out all the water on the property that is just standing. It just stopped raining last night. So now it's time to clean up. I have been emptying the trays. Haven't been able to keep up with keeping them empty. Oh, I got a baby. So this is Purple Heart. I was so excited to try this tomato for this year. It is a dwarf. It's part of the Tomato Dwarf Project. And it only gets about 3-4 feet tall. And so I planted this one super duper early when I was doing a round of potting up. I just stuck it in this pot. It was actually out here on some cold nights with a cover for protection. And it's done great. He does need to get supported. So this guy will need to get tied up. We will do that. Put some bamboo stakes in there, tie him up. I'm using black this year instead of green, just to be fancy. Only tomatoes over here on the green stalks are the micro dwarfs. And I did have a couple micro dwarfs up there on the deck, but we didn't look at those. This is one that will probably die because the squirrels dug it up just the other day. I did stick it back in there, but you can see it is not happy. Do have many different types of peppers, kind of the smaller types throughout the green stalks, and I'll talk more about those during the green stalk tours if that ever happens again. I have not done any garden tours except for one in April. It's just been too busy. I just can't keep up. Looks like I've got earwig damage on that pepper, possibly. Yeah, so we won't even look at the green stalks. They're already a mess again. It's very windy today for some reason. I'm like, wow. I tell you, these trees in Virginia do scare the heck out of me. When they want to come down, they just come down quick. Okay, we just won't look up there. Now, I've got 4 beefsteak tomatoes, just like I did last year, in these white containers. The 2 smaller ones are peppers. I think I've got Red Impact and the one being eaten alive by what looks like slugs. It's a Jimmy Nardello. I do have an order of Sluggo Plus coming, and that should be here in a couple days. I couldn't really put it down last week anyway because of all the rain. So what I did during planting, I did not do what I should have done, which was go ahead and get a stake going for all these guys. I just stuck them in the ground as quickly as possible because I was running out of time to get things done. So I would say this one has like at least doubled in size since I put it into this container. And I'm not sure what date I actually planted this one. I didn't make any videos or anything like that. I just was quickly trying to get things in the ground. But this is going to be Purple Prudence. You can see it's got a potato leaf. Oh, I got to show you guys something here in just 1 second. We will do that in just 1 second. I can't forget. And then this one, I left all the cups here so I wouldn't forget, is Kellogg's Breakfast. So in addition to tying up, we're going to be pruning off lower leaves, lower suckers. Okay, so we got Kellogg's Breakfast. I already told you about that pepper. Something looks wrong with that pea. I bet that Tonto came over here and tried to pull on it, and that is why it looks like that. So you can see I've got some lettuce down in there under the tomatoes. I need to actually harvest that because you can see they're getting ready to bolt. This is Tango lettuce. It's done phenomenal all through winter. It survived, it grew, it tastes really good, it's really pretty. I think I'm going to try to grow some under my tomatoes this summer and just see how they do. The Tango lettuce seeds do in the summer. And so who is this guy? This is Mater Sandwich. I did grow this one last year also. Really good tomato. And then what do we got? Virginia Sweets. I've never grown Virginia Sweets, so I'm really excited to try that tomato. And you know, it's a good thing that I already had these supports in place from last year because these guys have gotten big. And we did get a lot of heavy winds and heavy rain. I'm afraid to go look at some of the other tomatoes, to be honest. You can see Tonto's very dirty nose. Okay. So a few days ago, I started throwing tomato leaves in here that were healthy as I would walk. Oh, there went a chipmunk. I've been trying to scare him away. I throw healthy leaves in this little container, and I've been putting rainwater in there. I'm making a potion to pour onto my roses to help with like black spot. So when I do when I do some pruning of these lower leaves, because remember, I don't want any of the leaves touching the ground. You can see I've already got some blight issues started here. It's been very humid, very humid. This will not go into my rose potion. This will get thrown into the woods. So in addition to tying up, supporting with stakes, we are also going to be putting down mulch. Those are the three things that I think are most important for me to get done now. I should have done them straight away. Well, I couldn't have done the leaves straight away, but yeah, it's a lot of work. Now I'm trying to catch my breath a little bit, get caught up. So staking, tying up, and also trimming off those lower leaves and any lower suckers that are starting that we're not going to be able to support on a small plant, like right here. Just pinch it off with its baby. I'm sure there's a lot bigger suckers already in development over here. I almost forgot, I have a new tomato area right over here. This was not here last year, and I know some of these guys got damaged the other night because I stuck a broken piece right there. So this is Foxfire Pink. He was not tied up when we got those heavy rains the other night, and he broke off a whole limb, which was right there. It was a sucker. He should maybe root. It's been really damp, so I suspect that's actually going to take, and I'll have a whole new plant. The one in the back here is going to be Blushing Star, and you can see, look at those leaves. Definitely some blighty issues already starting. I need to get pruners. Sometimes I use my hands, but really you should use pruners. Pick those off, just toss them away. We want to get rid of that. Now this guy was mulched, but the voles have been tunneling all through here, messing up my mulch, destroying everything basically. Let's see what we got back here. Okay, that's Jamestown. He is a determinant. He has grown so quickly. I need to get him tied up to those bamboo stakes. Oh, there's the hoe. guess we will try to block that. And then this is Tennessee Suited. It's also part of the Dwarf Project, Tomato Dwarf Project. And we've got orange, no, it's not orange. It's golden Marconi pepper that needs some help. Someone is eating on that. Yep. So we're going to leave Tonto, let him do what he's doing. I just will give up on having a lawn in a yard without holes in it. You can see my beans over there looking pretty good. And there's a tomato over there too. Let's go see. And this is Whitmore. He has grown a lot. Thank goodness. Thank goodness I put that support there. Even though it's a cheapie, it's not very sturdy. It is helping him out. He's actually getting more sun than I thought, and I think he's going to do well. You can see I really have to get out here and pick some of these raspberries. They are growing and turning so quickly before I can even go and grab a bucket. I mean, things ripen and then they're rotten because I don't get out here quick enough. Blueberries look like they are going to be nice and plentiful. Probably just enough for the birds. I'm not going to cover them this year. It's just too much work for me this year. I'm just trying to keep it manageable and simple. Blackberries are back there by the fence. Okay, so these are all early girls and they look deformed because I did not tie them up yet. You can see they are leaning. Yes, they have got to get tied up, and I see some issues, definitely. All of those lower leaves need to get trimmed, thrown away, get some airflow going down in there. And I did mulch. I bought this new mulch to try this year. When I planted these guys, I actually did mulch, but you can see some of it's washed away with the rain, the heavy rains. And I do have tunneling. Yes, so it looks like they could be tunneling through there. There's a tunnel. Sometimes you just feel like giving up. When you have to fight so many obstacles, it really makes you feel like giving up, right? But you just keep trying, right? The roses looking so pretty. They love all that rain. The broccoli, I know this isn't a broccoli video, but I don't think it's going to head up in time. I don't think they're getting enough light. They're very long and lanky. The carrots look great. The cucumbers growing back there look actually really nice. And the broccoli is blocking their sun. But yeah, just a lesson learned on the broccoli. Maybe it's just a fall thing for me, or overwintering thing. And spring planted broccoli is not going to work for me. All right, let's go see some more tomatoes. These were the first peppers I planted. They're California Wonder, and I desperately need to get in there and take the netting off the little baskets because, yeah, I probably will damage that stem when I try to take that basket off. I should have done this sooner, but I did not, and I see some issues over here. These guys have got to get tied up. Wow, and they need to get mulched. I do not want to get any disease going over here, so we really need to get them trimmed up on the bottom leaves, tied up. They want to go grow down on the ground, but we cannot let them. Got to keep, oh, the birds. The birds, they don't want me over here for some reason. Okay, the lighting is horrible right here, but these are all my cherry tomatoes. And I have been kind of pruning these leaves because it's right here on the walkway, so I kind of go past. The leaves in this bucket actually came from all of these guys, and right now they look fairly healthy and well. I do have tomatoes all along that backside fence, and I may have missed my opportunity to harvest my radishes. But I do see some back in there, so I see a big pink one right in there. I am going to get those radishes out, and then we will trim up, stake up those tomatoes. So let me try to remember. I know I've got zebra something over there. I'll just put it on the screen. Oh, I do have a Dr. Witchy's down on that corner. More peppers to get planted. This is golden Marconi. There's a golden Marconi over there, and a blushing star that is definitely leaning. I've got to get that supported. Whoa, here comes the birds. I wonder if they have a nest over here. Sweet Alyssum looks so pretty, doesn't it? All right, I got a lot of stuff in progress here, but I do have another Tennessee Suited in a container there. And then we have Jamestown, another dwarf. Well, it's a determinate, but it does get only about 4 to 5 feet tall. Let's head over here. A lot of stuff still in transition. That just means big mess, basically. Okay, so I put a purple Prudence right there, but I have not supported it yet. These are Purple Heart dwarf tomatoes. These are going to be Chocolate Beauty peppers back in here. Look at my most gorgeous red cabbage ever. And I've got Poblano. No, I did not put Poblano here this year. This is actually Red Impact. There should be 3, maybe 4. And then the only surviving overwintered peppers are in this area too. I've got a gypsy pepper. Oops, I'm losing my tomato water here for the roses. And this one is Summer Sunset. Yes, another gypsy pepper. And then the only surviving cayenne pepper. But that's still, you know, 4 free plants, so I'm happy. In the course of a few many days that I have been busy, someone has put a bird's nest right here. That would be a Carolina wren, kind of 80% sure. That would explain the birds trying to chase me away. So I guess I'm going to be having a basket of Sweet Alyssum with a bird nest for a little bit, which is fun. So this area on the side of my driveway has been overrun with common milkweed, and you know, I love the monarch, so I'm leaving it for now. It's hard to get back here and access my planters, and then feverfew has also taken over. So what I'm going to do, clean these up, the planter in the back with the feverfew, this one here, there's a few more right over to my right. I'm going to put excess peppers that I still have left on my back deck in these containers. Maybe a cucumber here because I did grow silver slicer there well last year. Can't do it today. Probably can't do it for a few days, but that's the plan where some of those extra peppers will end up going. Okay, and then over here in the front yard, yeah, shouldn't be doing it, but I've got peppers. These are Poblano. There's Poblano over in that one. And then I've got Felicity, Shishito, or it's either Shishito, a mystery pepper, or Potopino, which is a hybrid. So really, I don't know what I'm going to get. I can't remember which pepper I had saved the seeds from. So we'll find out together. This is another jalapeno. I think it's jalapeno M, so it's spicier. Can see a deer topped this particular pepper. Guess my basket rolled off. All right, and then I've got some peppers back in here. Wow, that one's gotten huge. This is another Whitmore. Definitely need to stake him. He looks like he's probably at least 3 feet tall. And then these two right here are called, what are they called? Opalka? I think that's what it is. Opalka. They're supposed to... Oh, the deer have been eating on them. Yeah, see? Right there. Anyways, they're supposed to be super vigorous. Very, very long vines. 10, 11 feet tall. And that's kind of why they're here. I'm just going to let them grow wild. I'm not going to worry about pruning them. I'm just going to let them grow as they want to grow if the deer don't eat all the vines. I'm thinking about putting another secret tomato right in through here. If I have any cherry ones left, I might stick it right there. Yeah. Hopefully nobody will notice it from the road, because this is not allowed in this HOA neighborhood to have tomatoes growing in your front yard. All right, more stuff in various stages of transition, which means Heather cannot keep up. Everything is just a total disaster. Definitely feeling it this year. I'm trying to relocate some blueberry bushes up front here, but I did weed. This was full of weeds like a week or two ago. It'll be full again soon. But with this knockout rose, I have an Artisan Blush growing. He needs to get staked. He is leaning way far this way. And then I have a second one that's actually leaning the back way. Look at all the fruit. I don't know if you can see that. There's already fruit. Let's go have a look. So we're on the back side now of that rose. You can see the Artisan Blush trying to grow down on the ground, because this is what a tomato wants to do if you don't trellis them or support them. And honestly, they know what they're doing. I mean, they will root all along the ground and just make for a massive, huge plant. But I wanted to show you the fruit already developing. This is supposed to be really pretty fruit. All right, he definitely needs to get put up. Look at that. Yellowing, spotting. We don't want to start any blight issues. After all this rain and humidity, like major hot, gross humidity, this is what you get. You get the early blight started. I do have some seedlings from last year's tomato plants that were in this area. Those are Artisan Blush. And if I didn't say, this one is Foxfire Pink, which I thought would look cute with the rose. All right, we're back in the backyard. Much cooler back here. I still have quite a few of these Purple Heart. I'm thinking about either Purple Heart or Eva Purple, or a combination of the two. I'm thinking about planting in this L-shaped bed here after I remove that Mondo grass, which is invasive. It's all in my yard. I've tried to dig it up before. It keeps coming back. Some people actually pay money for this at the nursery. I'm just going to dig it up. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this guy back here. Okay, so let's say we do whatever I have left in Purple Heart on this front side of the trellis. And then the back side of the trellis, I'll do Eva Purple. I think they'll both do well here. Or if I don't do that, I'll just put pole beans, which is what I had last year. Maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll put pole beans and my tomatoes. But this is a Prudence Purple. I wanted to see how he would do in this location. This is a very low part sun location, but I had a black creme in this container last year. It was so incredible. I'm going to put a clip right here. I thought about growing black creme again this year just so I could put it in this situation, this spot. It produced all summer for me. It was just a beautiful plant, but only in this location. In more sun locations, full sun, high part sun, it did not do well at all. But it flourished right here in this nice shady spot that gets morning sun. And then once the sun hits right there, that's it. Maybe a little filtered light, but it did so well. So I'm hoping the Prudence Purple, since it's kind of one of those purpley type tomatoes, might do as well. And then we're going to have the Eva Purple and then the Dwarf Purple Heart there on the front side, the top part of the L. So we shall see. But look, he definitely needs to get supported. He's just hanging here. He's going to be super strong because he made it through a lot of storms this week. Different variety of blueberry here, very plentiful. But as soon as these start to ripen, the birds will be all over them nonstop. I just have to be faster than them. And usually I'm not. And usually they win. And last year I covered everything. It was such a pain to put it on, to take it off. And then if something got trapped, like a bug or a dragonfly or a bird, I'd have to try to fish them out. I'm just going to let nature do its thing. I am not going to protect these plants. So, you know, there's that old saying my great-grandma used to say, you plant... Oh, did I tell you guys about this? I have a bluebird family. If I get close enough, you might be able to hear the babies chirping. But the mom and dad take turns. Like, they feed those babies non-stop. Anyways, great-grandma, she would say you got to plant one for the crow, one for the mouse, one to rot, and then one for you. So out of 4, 25% of the time you might get your food when you're dealing with nature. But look at those raspberries. I really need to pick them. I love raspberries. Yeah. So I guess mommy and daddy aren't going to come by while I'm kind of watching for them. Let's go have a look at Tonto and see what kind of damage he's done. And then we will actually, let me see. I think they're coming back. Yes, there they are. You probably couldn't hear the babies, but I could. They're so sweet. And yes, look at that. Tonto has left us just an incredible, incredible mess. And like I said, my husband just had complete ankle replacement surgery, and I do not want him to walk in this hole. This is like 8 inches deep, maybe 10. And I'm going to guess Tonto was not successful. And whenever he, probably a mole or a vole or something that goes through tunnels in our ground. Tonto, you're going to make more work for mom. And he broke a root. It looks like a root to something just got snapped. Okay, well, I hope you guys are having a great gardening week. And I will give you an update soon. It's probably going to take me 3 or 4 days to get everything tied up. I need to go in and check on things inside. I'll just have to do one plant at a time, kind of like I've been doing the last few weeks. Get one planted at a time. Now we will get one tied up and trimmed up at a time. And we will just not worry about the yard. All right, guys, have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye.